The life I chased. And the one I lost. Hello friends, welcome back. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate every comment, every like, and every person who listens with an open heart. Let me know where you're watching from. Your support means everything. Now, this story won't sit right with everyone. That's okay. I'm not telling it to justify myself. I'm telling it because I'm tired of being cast as the villain in a life I barely recognized as mine. My name is Elena, and I'm 27 now. But the moment that changed everything happened when I was just 25. At 22, my life looked pristine on the outside. I had married Nathan, a quiet man with a steady job in transportation logistics. He wasn't flashy, but he was reliable. We had a modest house in Tucson, Arizona. And our daughter Lila was the center of our world. Everyone said I was lucky, settled so young with a husband who came home every night and a beautiful baby to raise. But inside I felt like I was slowly erasing myself. Each day looked the same. Changing diapers, folding laundry, cooking dinner, cleaning the same floors, repeating the same small talk. Meanwhile, my friends from college were in cities like New York and Miami, living lives that felt electrified. Designer clothes, private rooftops, weekend trips to Italy. Their lives sparkled, while mine felt like it was stuck in beige. I started following them obsessively on social media. Maya, my closest friend from university, had moved to Miami after graduation. She was dating a music producer who treated her like royalty. One day he sent her a car, the next a diamond bracelet. Just because, she told me. I'd look at her photos from VIP lounges and clubs, then glance at myself in sweatpants, reheating leftovers while Lila cried in the background. Nathan wasn't a bad man. He just had no imagination. His version of a getaway was a tent and canned beans. His idea of romance was a grocery store bouquet. Every part of our world felt small and safe, and suffocating. I began to realize I hadn't chosen Nathan out of love. I'd chosen him because he was safe. I went with the first man who wouldn't leave. And now I was expected to be endlessly grateful. My mother would say, "He comes home every night, Elena. That's what matters." My sister said, "At least he's not out chasing women." But no one asked how I felt. And the truth was, I felt invisible. When Maya invited me to visit her in Miami, I knew I had to go. It wasn't about running away from my daughter. It was about remembering who I was before I became just mom and Nathan's wife. Nathan wasn't supportive. He accused me of being selfish. What kind of mother leaves her child to party? He asked. But the real question was, what kind of man sees his wife unraveling and refuses to understand? So I booked the ticket anyway. The moment I stepped off that plane, it was like walking into a dream. Maya picked me up in a sleek car, another gift from her boyfriend, and drove me to a suite with panoramic views of the ocean. There were no sippy cups, no cartoon jingles, no drying laundry on the chairs. Just champagne, silence, luxury. She took me shopping, insisted on buying me new outfits. "You're not in Arizona anymore," she laughed. And when I saw myself in those clothes, polished, radiant, I remembered the woman I used to be. The woman who once had dreams beyond backyard birthday parties and meal planning. That night we went to an exclusive club. Red velvet ropes, gold ceilings, private tables. It was there I met Roman. He had just finished performing, a rapper with a kind of magnetic energy that turns heads when he enters a room. Every woman noticed him, but he noticed me. When he spoke, he looked me in the eyes. He asked about my life and he listened. Not just waiting for his turn to speak, but really hearing me. When he told me I didn't belong in an ordinary life, that I had something more inside me, I believed him. For the first time in years, I didn't feel like a caretaker. I felt like a woman again. Desired. Alive. Roman and I exchanged numbers. And from that moment on, I was caught between two lives. The safe one I'd built, and the wild one I'd forgotten how to want. Flying back to Tucson felt like stepping into a cage. Nathan was waiting with Lila in the back seat. He asked about my trip, suggested dinner at our usual chain restaurant. I looked at him, really looked, and he felt like a stranger. That night, when he reached for me in bed, I turned away. I had already left in my heart. Over the next few weeks, I pretended to be present. But I was texting Roman, following his world, dreaming of a different life. Nathan sensed it. He became clingy, accusatory. But he never once asked, "What do you need?" Then Roman invited me back. For a full week. "Let me show you what it's like to be really seen," he said. So I told Nathan I wanted a divorce. He broke. He cried. Promised therapy. But it was too late. I didn't need Nathan to improve. I needed to leave him behind. My parents were livid. "You're walking away from stability," my father barked. But they didn't understand. I wasn't just walking away from Nathan. I was running toward myself. The divorce went quickly. I got custody of Lila. Alimony. The house. Nathan didn't fight. He was too stunned. Roman flew me to celebrate. Lavish dinners. Red carpet events. It was everything I dreamed of. First. But slowly the cracks showed. Roman was busy. Always in meetings, traveling, unreachable for hours, sometimes days. His inner circle was cold. Competitive. I didn't belong. I was a visitor in their world. Never fully accepted, always on edge. Roman's affection grew scarce. He started brushing off my questions, calling me jealous when I asked about late-night texts from other women. And then, 6 months in, it all came crashing down. I found out I was never his. Just one of many. Maya broke the news gently, but the truth gutted me. I had left everything behind for a man who never truly wanted me. And the worst part, Nathan had moved on. He was dating Sabrina, a woman from his office. She was younger, prettier, and worst of all, better. Everyone said she was incredible with Lila. Patient, steady, present. Lila smiled in photos with her like she belonged in their new family. Sabrina wore the ring I once had. She took the family photos I used to dream of. Now I live alone in the same house. Part-time job, some leftover alimony. 2 years later, my world is small again, but not in the safe way. In the empty way. Roman proposed to a model last month. I saw it online. She's pregnant. They just bought a home in LA. That could have been me. At least, that's what I once believed. Nathan married Sabrina 6 months ago. Lila was the flower girl, beaming in every photo. And me. I scroll through their lives like a stranger. Watching from a distance. A ghost in the life I once rejected. Everyone says, "You made your choice." And they're right. I did. But not every choice leads to freedom. Sometimes it just leads to silence.